everyone, this is Neil with Wasted Paper here, bringing you another fountain pen review. This time we're looking at the Conklin, Endura, Deco, Crest, Demo, Blue, Rose Gold fountain pen. Super long name. I showed this pen off recently in an unboxing video. You can find it here. And I'm really excited to actually fill this up with ink now and try to use it. Starting off with the box, you have a navy-ish color slipcover on the top, what pen you have here on the side. Underneath that, another navy box to match, and inside of there is your pen. When you take out the insert in the pen, you have a description on the pen itself right here. It also comes with 2 ink cartridges. You have black and blue. Every one of their pens comes with this congratulations card on your new pen and information on how to use a converter on the back. The top and bottom have flat rounded finials. You have Conklin engraved into the clip. You have this really unique metal overlay over the clear body. Going down from there, you have Endura and Deco Crest printed on the cap band. As you continue down, you can see the converter inside of there. And then you actually have this right here, which has some threads, which should be to thread the cap on there. The pen uncaps in one full rotation underneath that. The grip section does have some tapering and then flare back out at the end. Not much, it's very subtle, but the grip section is long enough for my hands, and I don't feel these threads at all while holding the pen. If I was to feel them, it's kind of hard to. You really have to kind of get pinched in there to feel it from the lip down, and they're not sharp at all. It seems to be rounded on the ends. The nib says Conklin, Toledo, USA. That is where they are based, and it has an F printed on the side because this is a fine nib. It should be obvious from a second ago, but you do have a converter on the inside. It is an unbranded converter, and it is it friction fit or screw off? Oh man, that's tight in there. It's got to be spin, yeah. So it is a threaded converter, which is nice. Those are my preferred. They just kind of give me peace of mind more than they actually do something unique. I don't know that threaded's necessary, but it makes me feel good to have. I pointed these threads out earlier, but it should be obvious the pen's going to post. It does have a plastic liner, which is nice. I don't really like metal on metal, but it screws on here, and once it's screwed on, obviously it's super secure. To me, this pen is pretty fancy looking, so I really wanted to get an ink that matches that. This is Lamy Azurite. This is from their Crystal Ink series. This is like Lamy's higher end series. It's not very expensive by no means, but it is a bit nicer, and I think it'll go great in this pen. For my writing sample, I'm going to be going with my Mnemosyne Clyde collaboration notebook. This is by Maramon. I really like it. Flips up. Great for left-handed people. As for the flex, this is with no pressure, with, none, with, none, with. Backing up to really look at this writing sample, the thing I noticed immediately is this is maybe the best Conklin nib I've used. The last one I used I think was a medium, and there's not really a bad issue or anything with that, but this fine wrote how I like fines to write. The right here is dark. On quick, you have the CK that's darker than the QUI. It's a little hard to tell on the fine ink, but you can tell down here. There was a bit of line variation when it came to flex. Not a ton, but there is more than I would have anticipated for a steel nib, so it is nice to see that. Will the pen write under its own weight? I assume with a metal pen it should, but let's see. Just let it hold. Yeah, no issues. I kind of anticipated that because of the weight of the pen, but it is nice to see and verify for myself. It does write very well for light-handed people. Now for my size comparison, I have a Lamy Safari and my Pilot Custom A23. Surprisingly to me, the Art Deco is just a little bit smaller than the Safari here. I really thought those were going to be the same or bigger. Uncapped now, this is the shortest pen here, but again, the weight's going to make you feel like you got something substantial in hand. Now when posted, it's definitely rivaling the others. It becomes the biggest, and that's because where these threads are at, it's going to force your cap to be farther back on the pen. Personally, I don't care for the weight distribution once this is screwed on the back, but I think if you write farther back, it'll be great for you. I just write really close to my nibs. As for the price, the MSRP for this pen is $125. It is $100 on Atlas Stationer's website, and then my discount will give you a further price reduction. This might actually be my favorite Conklin I've used to date. I think the weight is going to play a big hand in it, and then this overlay, it puts it in a category of its own. There's not many pens doing that, and to fit that like era, I think they did a great job. All that being said, thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. As for the flex, okay. The nib says Conklin Tenito.